Welcome to the Stronger Together podcast brought to you by Sandpoint Strength and Conditioning. I'm your coach, Kenny Marquardt, and I am joined by Chandler Kees today. Chandler is A, awesome, but B, like wise beyond his years, and I'm still trying to figure out what the secret is here because he started the gym at we talk about this in the beginning of this podcast, so you'll find out what he says, but I don't know, 13, 14, 15, something like that. And he's always just been a freaking gem of a human being. And I wish that more youth would follow that path. I don't know if it's him, if it's the gym. I don't know if it's his parents, something he eats, whatever. But if we could figure that out, that would be awesome. So I hope you enjoy this podcast with Chandler. Chandler, hello. Good afternoon.
How's it going?
Good. This is great, man. You're like, I was just telling Amanda I was doing this with you. And I was like, man, I feel like Chandler's like the gym kid. And I know that's probably, I don't know how you take that. But you've been in this gym for freaking since the dang near the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say a little over nine years now. I mean, I know I was in middle school when I joined, so it's
How old are you now?
23. So probably close to 10 years now, actually. Yeah, so I probably did join a little after I was 13, so not quite 10 years, but pretty darn close, I bet.
Yeah, and now look at you.
I know, still.
Totally well, no, that's okay. I got 2 points of view on that. One, you haven't because you've always been like the nicest, most polite, just well-mannered. You didn't have I'm sure maybe your mom would have your dad would have a different answer, but you didn't seem to have the weird, rebellious 5 years where you're like, screw every adult. I hate you guys. I know everything. You were just always nice.
Yeah, no, I like to think the same. My mom would probably disagree, but besides her, we can discount her. I think everyone else could probably agree with you on that one. But yeah, no, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a good bit of time for sure.
You know what that means? I think that's everybody should listen and say, if you don't want your kids to be dicks, make them sign up at the gym at 13, 14, 15, and it'll be great.
Exactly. Have Nick bully them. That way you don't have to. That's the real trick right there. Is the big Nick Bandy special.
Andy.
Yeah.
Well, the other side of that too, you underwent a bit of a physical transformation there too. Underwent more of a physical transformation than you did a personal transformation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously some of it too with time is just growing and actually aging into your body, but I mean, definitely a good bit of that has come from gym transformation and and different eating habits and everything for sure too. As joking around, it's like before I watched what I eat, I'd maybe get 20 grams of protein in a day. Once you and it's you just when you're not really paying attention to what you're eating. That's the thing, you don't really know. So that once you start logging it, then you're like, oh, okay. You're like, okay, I need to make some changes in my workout style in what I'm eating and kind of just the whole thing.
Well, as a kid, you have no idea. You wouldn't have any reason to know. And actually, to be fair, most adults have no reason to know because nobody ever talks about it other than whatever. They're outside influence, but it's not like school or sometimes from parents. It's not really translated down either. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, as far as numbers go, because I'm kind of a big numbers nerd, it's I remember hopping on that InBody scanner. I remember the first time I did it, I was 31% body fat, which is I would say I probably range now a little under 20, which my body's pretty happy at, but 10% that's a boatload of difference.
Totally.
And gaining easily 25 pounds of muscle over those couple of years that's a lot of muscle too.
Yeah.
So
for sure. I've seen you every day for that amount of time. So I see it's like when people look in the mirror, it's hard to see the transformation. The same,
exactly.
Over time, to look at when you were just starting out. And to be fair, I wasn't your coach then or really ever, but I have seen, I would be like, holy shit, to imagine Chandler then. And I would have not recognized you now in comparison. So that's sweet.
No, exactly. I mean, it's one of those things as a kid, you'd be like, if you could see yourself, then you'd be like, what? You're like, what the heck happened? You I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's consistency is really everything. It's you could just gym, eat, like all just healthy habits in general.
But what was the difference? I mean, it's not like you were the only fat kid. No offense.
No, but that's
But
the
like
thing
a
is
lot of
like that.
kids, like they don't make the change, even if they
No,
come to the gym or what they have. They start to like. What do you remember? Any sort of
it was I don't know because it was never one of those things where it's like I want to be skinny, like I want girls, like you know what I mean, like it's
yep.
I don't know, it's more of like I think I just wanted the challenge, like it was hard. It was like, okay, hey, these are the amount of calories I'm eating per day. Can I stick to that? Like being strict with, hey, I'm working out 3 times a week, or, as I got older, 5 days a week. Like just kind of being like, hey, how far can I actually push myself
Hmm,
to want to be like, hey, I like more to prove to myself, like, hey, yeah, this workout or this eating regimen kind of sucks, but I can do it. And like,
totally.
obviously, you're not pushing myself to the extreme, but it's like if you're trying to lose weight, then you're obviously going to be eating at a deficit. Well, your body doesn't really like that sometimes. So
Yep.
it's like I think for me, the thing it was mostly just being like, hey, like, can I prove to myself that I can do it?
Yeah. Well, how old were you when you kind of? Do you remember?
It was when I was in high school. I want to say I was probably either a junior or a senior in high school. So probably 18. I want to say I was probably 18, 17, 18, probably 18.
4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago. Yeah, no, don't tell everyone. I'm 25. No, so it was probably junior year. So it was probably 17. So not that long ago. So really, yeah, really not that long ago. But it's like that's kind of crazy to think about because I feel like I've been working out every day and eating pretty clean for a very long time. But in the grand scheme of things, it really hasn't been that long of a time.
Well, it's both. I think it was to be, objectively, it's been both. Like you have been working out for a long time, but I think that probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's like that diverges. Like, okay, I actually want to take real control. Like rather than like I'm going to the gym, this is fun, this is a
Yes.
thing. Like to now, like I'm actually going to take some serious control over what I'm going to do here.
Exactly. There's a difference for me between just kind of, I mean, obviously all forms are great, but there is a difference for me between just, hey, I'm going to go and move today, kind of go through the motions versus like, hey, I'm kind of pushing this to the next level type
Yeah.
thing. Because I know originally I started because I wanted to kind of get in better shape for lacrosse because I used to play lacrosse. But
Yeah.
then that didn't last too long because then I quit lacrosse, but then I just ended up keep coming to the gym, which it's funny that I never kind of stepped away because everybody that was originally in that teens class kind of slowly stopped
Yep.
going over time. So it's kind of funny that I just kind of I don't know. Like, it was like never a thought in my mind where I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll stop going to the gym. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Did you start with the lacrosse team? Because I remember we did that for a minute with Eric,
So
something or
no.
other.
So I started with the actual teens class and then
Okay.
I jumped over to like the lacrosse for a little bit, but then
Yep.
once that ended, I went back to the teens class.
Yeah. Got it.
So
Huh.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
yeah.
it's awesome you stuck around because, like you said, it's partially just kids get older, they get into different sports, they get whatever. But man, we can't get rid of you. I love it.
No, no, I mean you got rid of me for a little bit when I was in Alaska.
I know we actually we really missed you. It was weird. I
Yeah.
mean, so that's good.
Yeah, no, I mean being gone like cuz I was gone for 3 weeks straight, so it's like that's a good bit of time to be gone and then it's like I'd come back but then I'd be busy traveling and doing other stuff. So it's like really basically for a full year kind of I mean, I guess didn't stop going to the gym, but
No, right. Total. I mean,
consistently
I hear
at
what you're saying.
least.
So let's talk about that. What was the tell the listeners what you're describing, why you were gone, what you did out
Yeah,
of school, let's say.
so I went to college for welding technology down in Coeur d'Alene. Worked for a few local fab shops here, and then got the opportunity to go work up in Alaska, up on the pipeline up there, North Alaska. It's 20 minutes from the ocean, so basically as far north as you could get in Alaska, with an exception of you know going over the next town a couple hundred miles. They were like, maybe a couple miles more north than you are. So yeah, I was working in the oil field up there and I was 3 weeks on schedule, 3 weeks off. So yeah, I was like, typical winter, it's minus 40 degrees
Oh,
Fahrenheit and Celsius, they're the same, but yeah, you're just freezing your ass off.
dark. How dark? What's the? I mean, people bitch about the dark here. Is it?
I always crack up because people complain about the darkness here. So it was nice in the summer. It was awesome because you got 24 hours of sunlight, right? But in the winter, like this time of year especially, you're lucky. Like I bet you if I looked right now, they're probably only getting 3 hours of sunlight a day. But then pretty soon they're going to be complete darkness. Like before, early December, you're working and then you're lucky if you get a glimmer of sunlight a day. It's just darkness 24 hours. And that was really, really hard.
I bet. Do people like cope with it all right, or are they just drunk all the time?
Well, so that's the thing up there, since it's all oil field stuff, all land leased from the native corporations, you're not allowed to drink or do drugs or anything. So the only thing people can do is like smoke cigarettes, smoke
Oh my
cigarettes. So
God. Yeah. What do
yeah,
you
I
do?
mean, I mean,
You
there's
can't
that
drink and do
there.
drugs. What do you do?
I know I mean, you say that people, there's definitely lots of instances of people doing drugs
Yeah.
and stuff up there for sure. And that's the thing is like, I mean, I was just like, well, I guess I'll take my vitamin D and my ashwagandha.
Seriously.
Like, cause it may like, and it's funny, like I said, like people here complaining, it's like not having a superiority complex, but it's like when people say it's cold here or
Right.
it's getting dark, I'm like, well, I agree, the time change does suck. It is dark earlier, and I'm like, it's not cold. I'm like, it's chilly. I'm like, you want to know what cold is? Like when you're welding in a shop and your water bottle is frozen when you're inside because it's so freaking cold out. But
So
yeah,
on a day off, what or did you have? Tell me, what was your schedule like up there?
so that's the thing. So when you're up there, you're working 6 days a week. So you're working 84-hour weeks minimum. So you work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, and then every single day, 21, 22 days straight until you left. So I was in a man camp and there was a little gym there, that I would sometimes use my first time up there. I was really good. I'd work out whatever 3 4 days a week, and then after working 12-hour days, try to just keep working out. But that motivation, it was really hard to stay motivated. I've never struggled with something like that before, is like not having motivation to work out. And I guess you could also say the discipline, because that's what I kind of chalk it down to, is like I don't want to work out every day of the week sometimes, but it's like just being like, okay, like this is kind of my
Yeah.
regiment. So
Right.
not having that, that definitely took a toll on me for sure. Not being able to work out. Like I always joke with people, like the best part of my day is like just getting my heart rate above 140 BPMs, just because I like having my heart rate up. But it's like when you're like all those external factors, like when it's -40, you worked 14 hours a day outside, you're like, well, I just want to go lay down in my bed and eat a cookie. you know
Yeah. Totally. Of course.
so yeah, so I'd say probably for about a year, it's like I didn't not work out completely, but definitely took a big step back from it. 'Cause like I said, when I came back here, yeah, I would start working out again 4 or 5 days a week, but when you're taking 3 week chunks off at a time, it's hard to progress or stay in that regimen, especially when at the man camps it's buffet style. They have all this food and everything that you can kind of eat, and it was all good food per se, but it's not what I would choose to eat. Like protein super heavy for lunch. There'd be like not sometimes it wouldn't even be a protein option. So you're like, well, what the heck am I supposed to eat then? You're just kind of eating lots of calories and things like that.
Yeah. Sounds very monotonous. I think what I was wondering about is like if you had a day off or time off, like what in the hell do you do when it's that cold and dark?
Well, so yeah, no, like that's the thing. Like up there, it's everyone's like it's work. Like there are,
Yeah.
yeah, like if you have a day off, you're flying out.
Got it.
But yeah, it was crazy. I mean, very good experience. Very happy I did it, but it was definitely saw very fast that it wasn't. Money wasn't my only priority in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, for sure. And that's pretty extreme, but I think it's a good lesson in general too. Like
Yeah,
people do that to varying degrees across the board. We all sell our souls a little bit to make the income we need to make. How much you're
exactly.
willing to sell your souls, what
Yep,
price you're willing to pay for that it can vary, and it's also not necessarily worth the price of admission. So,
exactly. Yep.
so how long did you do that?
So I did that, I want to say a little over a year. So not that long in the grand scheme of things, but like I said, saw pretty fast, how didn't want to quite do that the rest of my life. All of my coworkers were super cool, super good to work with, which is good because you see them more than your actual family. It's
Sure.
family.
Yeah.
84 hours a week. I even still, like, I haven't spent that much time with my family since being back. Like, but yeah, but then had an opportunity to come back and start up my own shop. Kind of, things were kind of turning at the company at a time. People were leaving, kind of getting let go. So I was like, well, if I'm going to do it now, is a good chance to go before I start making more money up there. Then it's even harder to leave.
Yeah, for sure. There's something like nice about doing that, making the decision like that at a young age where you don't have as many, like you can easily walk yourself down that path, and then all of a sudden you might end up with a family, you might end up with other commitments,
Yep,
and then you really like you're kind of chained to that without
exactly.
the opportunity to make other choices.
Well, exactly, because so many of my coworkers up there, making, I mean, you make good money, like should be making more, but make good money. But you see them have house payments, all their new vehicles, so they're just working to pay
Yeah,
off all those payments. And like I said, for me, it's like, well, this is the least amount of money I'm ever going to be making up here. I'm
yeah,
making good money, but if this is the least, imagine how much harder it's going to be once I start making
yeah,
X amount of dollars. It's going to be pretty hard. So I was like, well, kind of should jump before, before it sinks.
yeah. How many people had like a deadline? How many people were like, oh, I've got 11 years, 14 months, and
It's funny because so many of those guys, man, well, a good bit of them, they just love working.
oh, okay,
Like I was 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, but there was guys who'd be up there 9 weeks straight, working every day for 9 weeks straight, and then go home for 3 weeks and do it all over again.
wow,
Um,
interesting.
I kind of felt like I was the only one that was like, hey, I kind of like this is not an end goal for me. I'm like, I'm doing this for experience and money, temporary, to set myself up to get
Goddamn
out.
millennials, you
Yeah,
millennials, and
I
your
know.
work ethic.
I know.
How dare you question?
I know, but yeah, like I said, like I think everyone's just kind of like, well, I make good, like and it is hard because if you want to make that much money, like working at any other welding fab shop, it's like I did the math on it with one of my coworkers one day. He's like, I would have to be making like 60 some bucks an hour to like working 9 to 5 to make the same amount of money, and you're like, well, that's just not fathomable for a regular Joe Schmo shop.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I decided to come back,
Yeah.
and how long ago was that now? Oh,
Almost a year. Yeah, I came back in right before Christmas last year. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been back almost a year.
nice. And now you are.
Now I have my own, well, I see an air compressor behind me.
You could be anywhere.
I could be anywhere. I know I have such a good background here. I really set up for this.
No, it's great. I don't dislike it. It just you kind of looked around like, yeah, I'm right here. Like, wow, you
Yeah.
might be held hostage in
Yeah,
somebody's
exactly. So
garage right now.
some warehouse exactly. You
Yeah,
never know.
yeah,
But yeah, started up my own welding shop here in Sandpoint, Idaho. So yeah, been doing that for the past year, trying to slowly get things going.
and what do you do in
Do a
that
little bit of
context?
everything. Like during the summer, did a bunch of structural work for a new bunch of new Schweitzers up on, or a bunch of new structural stuff up on the ski hills for new condos. Been doing about like a bunch of repair work on stuff. Been doing a bunch of like furniture as well, like make a bunch of custom ski benches, tables. So kind of just a little bit of everything. I have a aluminum welder too. I have a portable weld. So like I kind of a little bit of everything. It's kind of nice because for me being working by myself or for myself, I can kind of say yes to whatever I want, which it is really anything just because, I am newer, but having that skill set to kind of do a little bit of everything is super nice.
For sure. What do you like to do the most?
Honestly, I've been really enjoying the furniture ski bench side of stuff and like the more custom artistic stuff.
Yeah,
That's super nice to do. I kind of like, working with the wood aspect as well. You know, Working with metal my whole life, it's nice and I know how to do it well, but to kind of get away from that and focus on something new for a little bit
yeah.
is super nice. But I really like doing aluminum projects as well. That's always a super fun. I mean,
What does that mean? I'm metal ignorant. I
so
don't know
I mean,
anything.
aluminum's like most boats are made out of
Oh, okay.
aluminum. Yeah,
Yeah,
like wheel wells for like trailer, like most like sled decks. Those are all aluminum. Just it's a lot lighter. So you just can't use a regular metal's funny. Like you can't just use a regular welder for that. You have to have a specific type of welder.
yeah.
So yeah, kind of yeah. So between the aluminum jobs and the furniture stuff, I say that's what I probably enjoy most.
Nice. Yeah, the furniture stuff's awesome. I mean, that is you got to really. I think just like if you think about metal, like is it again metal metal ignorant. I don't think of it as in such an artistic fashion, but like what you're able to do with those tables and benches and chair, like it's pretty sweet. It's really
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah,
So
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's cool, like, just kind of seeing like what you can just make from a straight piece of metal to kind of,
yeah,
make it look nice.
were you like amongst your classmates? Did you feel like, or people growing like in the industry, is that unique? Like, are you more uniquely artistic than?
It's funny because I never was really into like anything artistic or like, making stuff like that growing up. I think just kind of recently where it's, I think working in Alaska where you're just welding pipe and just
Yeah,
welding just structural, like pipe and structural stuff 12 hours a day. You're like, well, I think I could like, do something that maybe a little bit more fulfilling than just welding metal to metal for 12 hours a day and kind of make something cool that people enjoy.
yeah. But that also might be part of the like the thought process for escaping. I mean, there's this is getting into some brain whatever, but like thinking that in a more creative fashion allows you to look at life and everything else a little bit differently, and probably translates into more of an artistic penchant for what you're doing. It's
Exactly,
cool.
exactly. Kind of just like putting my stamp, I guess, technically on stuff and kind of seeing what people like and don't like. So,
Yeah. So if you do one thing all day long and that was it, what would you do? Or would you?
uh,
Is that a bad choice?
oh no, I'd be skiing every day, all day.
Not that. I mean work wise.
Oh, work wise, come on, that's not as fun. If I had to do one, I don't know. Like as much as I like welding, like I think I like the diversity. Like there's some projects that like aren't as fun, but like having that, just the diversity, like just keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
Like
Fair.
that's what I've really enjoyed. Like I said, I've spent lots of the summer up on Schweitzer welding beams together for stuff. But then it's like cool. I'm back in the shop doing little fire pits for people. Like it's
Yep.
just it's obviously some jobs pay a lot higher than others, but I like having that kind of what am I doing this week? I don't quite know.
Yep. Making
So
elk mounts.
yeah,
That's what
exactly. Yeah, Frankensteining those elk mounts for
that's
you.
right.
Yep.
That's right. If anybody looks up in the gym and they see that giant elk mounted, Chandler made that.
Just
Well,
don't stand underneath it.
he made most of it. He put it together. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. There we go.
I mounted it. So if it falls in your face, somebody anyways, whatever. Yeah, I got it. I mean, I think what's so in terms of like working for yourself, being an entrepreneur, how much are you enjoying that? Which is a
Yeah, it's really nice. Like, I mean, I've had some, that's what was nice about working in Alaska is, you're working minimum 12-hour days. So it's like if I have to like crunch, like be like, hey, I have to stay at the shop, like it's not a big deal. Like I know I can. Like I worked 18-hour days up there. So I'm like, if I have to stay at the shop for 12, I'm like, it's not butt hurt. So I've luckily, I mean, and this could always change, but I've never been like, oh, I gotta go to work today. Like so far it's obviously a job's always a job, but as far as like dreading it, I've loved like not having that pressure of working for someone else per
yep.
se. Like I know my standard and I know my standard is good.
Hmm?
So I like not having to someone kind of being over me and being like, "Hey, is this done yet?" Like I kind of know like what it takes and stuff like that. So I've really enjoyed it so far.
Yeah. I feel like some people are really wired for it and some people are really not.
Yes.
And usually they're really unhappy if they're in the wrong seat or the wrong arrangement.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, especially that's the thing I knew like welding. It's like if you ever wanted to make good money, like same if not better as working up in the oil fields, like you kind of have to start your own thing.
Hmm.
And I think after working for myself, like it'd be hard for me to go back working for someone else.
Material
Like,
employee.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, like it would, yeah, just the freedom is super nice. Like I can go work out in the mornings and, just stay at my shop later if I want to. Whereas the shops I worked at before, it's like, well, you start at 6 and you end at 4:30. So then you're catching the very end of the gym and you're just like just having that option to kind of be open.
Do you have a hard time discipline? What you said something like, and I know I kind of tease you, but like the skiing and the opportunity to be able to go out and do whatever the hell you want. Like, do you find that to be
Um,
a challenging balance?
So far I haven't. Maybe it's just because I haven't been, super crammed, but it's like I think I kind of have a sense of, hey, I know what needs to get done, like when it needs to get done. So I haven't, like I said, it's one of those things where it's, hey, whatever, do some stuff in the morning and don't get to work by 9:30. It's like I can just stay at the shop till like 6 or 7 if I wanted to. So I haven't really found it too hard to, and it's something I'm passionate about. That's one thing that's nice too. It's like I knew pretty fast like if I really wanted to do it because like having that like back of my mind, it's like I'm doing this fun thing, but it's like like I should probably be working. Like having that,
Totally. Yeah.
it was good for me to be like, okay, so I do actually care enough about
Yeah.
my shop to like have that in my mind, being like, not that like it's a like I needed to be there, but like have that in the back of my mind.
No, for sure. I mean, I'm not surprised to hear that. Like, I think that you, like, if I were to objectively look at it from the outside, I'd be like, oh yeah, you'll do just great being your own. There is a lot of discipline. There's a lot of autonomy. There's a lot of like juggling and balance.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, it's the pull to do whatever the hell they want all the time is too strong, and they just kind
Yep.
of push everything out and don't get their shit done. You don't. I mean, like I said, I've just known you mostly through the gym, but you don't strike me as that kind of a. I guess probably through the gym. There's a discipline. Like it's hard to get yourself every day there every day.
Yeah.
It's hard to get yourself there every day to eat right. Like it's easy to have control and do whatever the hell you want, but if you do the right things, like it adds up. So in any case, my point is, I think watching you I would have been like, yeah, you'll figure it out. You just
Yeah.
juggle and push it around, and you might have to work later. You might have to work earlier to squeeze in what you want to do, but you'll make it work.
Yeah, exactly. That's like during the summer, it's like I had something that needed to be done. So I was like, whatever, at the shop till 10:30. Went up or went to bed, woke up, was like at the shop by 5:30. And it's like, yeah, early mornings, but it's like, I
Yeah.
mean, very fortunate position to be in to say I have my own shop and do everything. So take
Yeah.
that for two.
What's the, you're going to hate this question because everybody else has, but like, what's the 5-year vision for the business? Like, what do you want to be doing?
Man, well, that's the thing. Classic answer too is I don't quite know. I've like I said, I've really been enjoying like the furniture aspect of stuff. So I think just something where I can just have a consistent. I did say earlier that I do love the diversity,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been really enjoying like the furniture and ski bench aspect of stuff to where if I can do more artistic custom pieces, not necessarily furniture, but other things as well, like railings or something, then I think that's something where I could be, pretty happy about that work wise. So it's so hard. I mean, it's funny because 5 years seems so far away, but it's not really.
Yeah. Yeah. I just sent an email out today about us having our 13th. This was our 13th year. We just finished. So we're going into 14, which is,
I know. I just saw that and I was like, oh yeah, just the other year I was 10. I was at
yeah,
I was yeah, I was at that party.
it happens to everybody. Yeah, exactly. I think I told somebody, I like laugh and they're like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you think about in 5 years for this place? I'm like, you're an idiot. This place will not exist in 5 years. There's no chance. So
Yeah,
here we are going
exactly.
into year
Yeah,
14.
that's crazy. 13, yeah. So yeah, that's blows my mind.
But yeah, so I mean, point is, I think it's, I mean, I've been kind of tooting your horn this whole time, but it's not like for the lack of true confidence in what you're going to do, but like you can do whatever the hell you want. So I think it's
Yeah.
important to know that as a person, as a business owner. And that's one of the things I think looking back and to people that are younger than me, which is a lot of people now,
Yeah.
certain people have like potential. Most people have a really innate, strong potential to do whatever the hell they want. So like dreaming towards what they want that to be. And then knowing that like through all the things that you've done and learned in the gym and what you're currently demonstrating, like you can do whatever the hell you want.
Thank
So
you. Yeah.
it's worthwhile to try and think about what that is. Because once you figure it out, it's easy.
Yeah. And that's what's nice too is like having that skill, like, just doing like, I mean, 23, very, very young, but for the amount of stuff I've experienced
Mhm.
so far, like work wise and life wise, like I feel like I have a good bit under my belt. Just like experience, like being like, hey, like I know I don't like that, like doing that, so I'm
Yep.
not going to do it. So like kind of already having a good, I mean, that's the thing is like 23, I mean, not dishing on anyone. It's like 23, most people are just graduating college at this point,
Yeah.
maybe 22. But it's like for me to already kind of have this figured out, I'm very fortunate
Totally.
to kind of be that aspect.
Yeah. I think I was bartending, bouncing. I was working at
Hey,
nightclubs. That was a
there
shit show.
you make good money. You make good money doing that though.
No, no, no. Bartending, yeah. Bartending, that was pretty different. That was pretty lucrative for in downtown Santa Barbara at a big nightclub.
Yeah.
But that's a hard life. It's kind of the same thing. You just
Hmm.
like kind of look at some of those people that have been doing that for a while. You're like,
Yep.
I can see the writing on the wall if you stick around in this kind of an occupation. You work from 8 p.m. to 2 in the
Yep.
morning and, 4 nights a week, and you end up drunk half the nights. And
Yep.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
not
Yeah.
a
You're
great,
like,
there's not a big future there for most people.
no, exactly. You're like, do I want my life to be like that? You're like, probably not. That's the thing. Like most people can definitely strive for more than what they have, I think.
Yeah. And some people, I mean, to be fair, like some people love that. And I think more so what I was talking about is the nightclub life, where I think there are people that love that, but I think
Yes.
there's probably ways to like modify those things. And I think you probably can find joy and a passion in preparing food or drinks or whatever. But I think it's
Yeah.
more of a like, for me, that was not the direction I wanted to head. And so here I am,
Yep.
40, and did something totally different. So point being, yeah, you've got you've got so much to do whatever the hell you want with. Like, I'm pretty excited to see where you go.
Yeah, I got two more years so my brain's fully developed, so I can make a few more bad decisions.
Is that true?
I think 25. Yeah, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because my coworker when I was in Alaska, he bought a house at 24, so he said that was a pretty bad decision. So he's like, I should have waited till. I should have waited till 25, and I'm like, yeah, probably.
Have you verified this? Is this a thing? Like, are you just, is this just like Alaska facts?
No, I'm pretty. I mean, I googled it, so it's
Oh,
probably.
okay. All right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty. I mean, I could say it's 25, but I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, I'm not Andrew Huberman or anything.
All right. Well, good to know. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Where do people find you? Where can they get some custom work done or see what you've
Well,
done? Whatever.
so my Instagram handle and I believe Facebook is Keys Metalworks, and Keys is spelled Kees. And then I have a website. It should be up hopefully soon, if not already. Keys W as in mouse and W as in whale, I guess. .com.
Hey, it's up. It is totally, that is a live website.
Okay, good. Because
Yes.
it was down for a couple days, so I'm happy it's up now. So give it some grace. It might not be fully done then.
Keys Metalworks is actually, we'll get you there without having to figure out what starts with W.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, should obviously be updating that with a lot more. But it's funny, you're actually seeing that website before I saw the reversion. Because I saw. Okay, good. Oh yeah, because I saw it before it went down. But so I guess I'll have to go check it out now.
Yeah, I can buy a table.
There you go. Yeah.
Your stool and mountain sculpture is sold out already.
Oh darn, that's
There's 2 tables for sale.
There you go. You might get lucky.
For now. So if you want a table that looks pretty, what are the dimensions on this table here?
I guess it depends which one we're looking at.
Chandler, it looks like a square.
I don't even. I can go measure it. I have one.
No. You don't need to do that. But I'm just trying to sell your stuff for you.
I do also have some in person at Misty Mountain.
Oh, sweet.
As well. Yep.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, this is super cool though. I mean, I'm not just tooting your horn. This is really cool stuff. So
I appreciate it.
KES Metalworks.com. And also all the other stuff's on here. Or people can find you at the gym at you work out like an old retired person.
Yeah, I mean
9:30 in the
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I usually work out around 7. Yeah.
7.
7, yeah.
For you.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, no, I like those morning blocks. Keeps me accountable.
Yep, for sure. All right, man. Well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for being a part of the gym and showing the way for the youth of tomorrow.
Thanks for
freaking be more like you would be great. So,
yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, buddy. I should actually probably have your mom and dad on it. So ask them what their secret was.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna tell you on that one. they're gonna be like, I don't know, we just dropped them off there. I don't know, it's something, the spirit of the gym or something.
All right, buddy. I'll let you go.
Awesome.
Have yourself a good night.
Yeah, have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
See you, Chandler.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Thank you for listening, joining us. As you probably have figured out by now, love Chandler. But if you particularly are a parent, I would think this episode would be up your alley because you might want your kids to turn out awesome. And I'm pretty sure that what we figured out is that awesome kids get started at Sandpoint Strength and then they turn out amazing. So there's your answer. You can get them signed up. You can shoot me an email, kenny@sandpointstrength.com, or you can follow the links on our website at sandpointstrength.com. All right. Till next time. Toodles.